Hello everyone, my name is Varuni Agrawal and I am an intern at the Sparks Foundation for the GRIP March 2021 program. Now I have completed my second task in the Data Science and Business Analytics internship, and the task was to predict the optimum number of clusters and represent it visually from the IRIS dataset. So let me walk you through my Jupyter notebook. This is actually I'm directly using from GitHub, so if you want to see my code you can just follow this link. And now from the code part, the first step is to import the required libraries and the data set, because we know the IRIS data set is built in our scikit-learn library. So I have imported all the required libraries and the data set. After importing this data set or loading this data set, I am converting it, which is present in the form of a CSV file, to a data frame. So this is the code for the same. Then I am printing the first 5 rows to make sure that all the importing and the conversion part has been going on smoothly. There is no error. Then the second step is to find out the optimum number of clusters. So for that, what I have done is I have taken these 4 columns and their values I have taken from the IRIS data frame and stored it into a variable X. It's because I need only these 4 values, I don't need anything else. Now if I check the type of this variable X, so it is a NumPy array. The next step is to import the k-means clustering algorithm. So this is the code written for it, to import it into my code. Then what I have done is, for the range of values from 1 to 10, I am trying to find out that what is the best value of k that will give me the most accurate model. So for this, what I have done is I have taken a list called inertia and I have initialized it with a blank. Next I am using a for loop. So there is a variable I that is ranging from 1 to 10 using the range function. In this k-means variable, I am initializing this k-means algorithm or k-means model. So the number of clusters I am changing every time with the value of I. The rest all the parameters I am keeping the same. Then I am fitting this value of k-means into the X, which is my data over here. And then whatever values of inertia I am getting, I am just adding it to my list inertia. Then what happens is I need to find out that what is the optimum value of k. So for that I am plotting the value of inertia with k to get a visualization on that, and this is known as the elbow method. That is why the graph I have labeled as elbow method. So this is the inertia value and this is the k value. Now over here you can see the value is decreasing tremendously, but after 3, here I am getting k as 3. So after this the value change is almost constant. This means the optimal value of k or the clusters is 3. That is why I have taken 3 for further proceedings. Now I am applying the value of k as 3. So again I have initialized the k-means, but this time with a value 3, and then I am predicting the data. So in y I am just fitting this data and trying to predict it. The next step is to plot the clusters, because it was required in the task to just represent the clusters visually. So first of all I am using the petal length and the petal width to just plot these clusters. So this is the kind of a graph or scatter plot that I am getting. Next I am using the sepal length and the sepal width to just plot them. Here I have also plotted the centroids with a black color, so you can see what is the center point of these clusters. Now out of these 2 clusters you can see that the petal length and petal width are a better parameter for classifying the species of the IRIS dataset than the sepal length and the sepal width, if we are taking the number of clusters as 3. So this is the whole task, and thank you for watching.